Well, these guys, this senior class, senior day, honoring the seniors as well as our country and the military. But this senior class, they came in as freshmen, and we were struggling. We were 6 and 5 when they were freshmen, and they were the guys that I think really made a commitment to go from the middle of the pack in a league to rise to the top. So the next year, we won the conference, made it to the Final Four. Last year, of course, winning the whole thing. And now here we are again to close out a regular undefeated season. It's special. I think we've had 6 or 7 in the history of our program. It's not easy to do. When you look at this schedule, this conference, getting through the gauntlet that we did for about 6 weeks there, and you're dealing with injuries and all those type things, it's quite an accomplishment. And I know it's important for these guys to finish strong. It's important for me to have these guys be honored for what they have done in their 4 years here.
You guys had one a couple years back, and you guys lost in the playoffs. What can you guys learn from that experience?
Oh, that's a dumb question. I'm not going to answer that.
No problem.
What can I learn from a playoff loss years ago? Where the hell do you guys get these things? Give me an intelligent question. What were you referring to?
You guys had a perfect regular season a couple years back.
Oh, you're going to go way back to 2000. Nothing. It's a new game. It's a different day. You don't want to lose. You want to do the best you can. It happens. Every time that a football team lines up, somebody's going to win and somebody's not. That's what you put on the line each and every week.
Taylor doesn't jump out off the paper with their numbers, but do you see anything from their game that could trip you up a little bit?
Yeah, they're tough on defense. They fit the run well. They played Concordia last week. It's 10-7 with 6 minutes to go in the game. They held down, I think, a pretty good running back that Concordia had, Joe Connor, right to the end. And then Concordia chucked up a couple bombs and then had a defensive score. So, they're going to fight you. You got to respect them. They overachieve. They fill their bucket. They're going to give you everything they got. Every down, they're going to fight you. So we've had some good games through the years in situations like this where, things were going pretty well for us and they were at the 500 mark or less. Kind of the same scenario. But, they were in some games that could have won easily. Last week being one of those with Concordia. So we respect them a great deal.
With the bye week, does that affect when you might want to pull starters or how you're going to rotate guys?
We're going to get through this game the best we can. I had somebody ask me yesterday, when do you make the decision to start pulling people and just running the ball when you're up, whatever? We played guys last week that are third unit guys. We played 71, 72 guys. They deserve a chance to show what they can do also. It's the other team's job to stop you. Feel bad for them, but you learn from that. I've been on the other side of it too. It's no fun, but it's a tough game. You get knocked down, you get embarrassed. What are you going to do next? So, your question about the off week next week, I don't think it has any bearing on this game. We've got to win this football game. We've got to play our best football. We'll have a little bit of time to hopefully get some bumps and bruises healed up before we get into postseason. That happened a year ago, and that was a big deal because this time of year, takes its toll. The injury list comes, starts being printed out in 2 pages. It's time for a break.
Do you, in practice this week, obviously the focus is to beat Taylor. The focus also, you want to finish undefeated. How do you keep the players focused to just play their game and to go out there and fight and to get that win?
If you don't concentrate strictly on things you really don't have control of, that's outcome. What you have control of is what you got to do in order for that to take place. You know, you don't know how well the other team's going to play. They may have some 10 guys were off the injured list that didn't play. You know, who knows? What we have control of is our attitude, our effort, the things that we do to build team chemistry, to grow as individuals, to compete better, to avoid apathy, complacency. You know, you're on top. Yeah, boy, you know, this is fun. We're just going to take the ride. That, you know, you just got to keep taking steps forward and not kick it in neutral. Usually you fall back if that takes place. So really concentrating on what we can do, and that's getting better.